Hey, what's up guys? This is Brett with Klein Bookkeeping. I'm gonna demonstrate in this video what you can do if you're doing a renovation for a fix and flip and you get to the end of the year, and how you can get it off of the P&L so you're not showing such a big loss onto the balance sheet. So right now what I have in the balance sheet, you'll see I'm just kind of going off of my video that I previously made. So we had the private money lenders that we borrowed the cash from to buy the property, and then when you come into the net income here, you can see where we put all of the expenses. So normally a property would go straight to the balance sheet, so you'd have a land, building, closing costs, but since this is a flip and we're trying to sell it within the year, it kind of makes more sense to keep it on the P&L. So you can see that we're at a big negative, right? Because we have our purchase of our property plus all the rehab costs that we put into it. So we're just gonna say that it's the end of the year, we gotta file taxes. Well, we don't want to show or take this big loss until we sell the property, which we aren't going to do until the following year. So I'm going to switch this to the classic view for now, just because it's easier to read. Okay, so let's go back into the balance sheet, and I want to show you the projects as well. So we have our project set up. This is where all of our rehab costs are going, so it directly reflects what we have on the profit and loss. So what we want to do is we want to do a journal entry now to move these from cost of goods sold onto an inventory category that's in our chart of accounts. So I'm not going to go into that as far as setting up the chart of accounts in this video. If you do want to see that kind of video, if you want me to demonstrate how to set that up, just let me know in the comments and I could just kind of walk through how you could properly set up your chart of accounts so you can do this process. But for now, we'll just say it's end of the year, so we'll just say end of year journal entry for our flip. Alright, we'll make it on 12/31. So what we'll do here is we'll take these numbers from our profit and loss, and we're going to put it directly into the journal entry. So I'll actually export this. So we can have a side-by-side view. We'll go into our journal entries. So we're just going to mirror this. So we have our flips project, cost of goods sold categories. So we're going to do the purchase price of the flips project. And since we are taking it off of the P&L, we're going to credit these. So we got 150,000. We have our buying costs, for 2,200. We have our holding costs. And you'll see there's two of them, but I'll show you why. So we wanted all the flips project cost of goods sold that we're going to credit, just like what we have on the P&L. Purchase price, buying costs, holding costs for 650. We have a rehab costs for 52,750, and then our debt service for 3671. Alright, so now we got that copied over. This should zero it out on the P&L. Now we're just going to do the exact same thing, but this is going to be the purchase price in a category called flips in progress, and this is going to an inventory account. And we're gonna debit these. So we'll do 150. Buying costs, flips in progress, 2,200. Here our holding costs, 650. Rehab, 52,750. And then our debt service, 3671. Alright, and then here's the key that you want to make sure you do. So for our customer, we don't want to mess with the project. We just want the main customer that we made to go into here, and I'll show you why that is. Because if we do the project, it's gonna take away the benefit of having our project portal. So we still want to see these numbers as we're going through our project. And what you could do is you don't have to wait until the end of the year. You could do this on a month-to-month basis if you don't want to see that big loss on your P&L. If you just don't like seeing that, you can move this every single month onto the balance sheet. So I have the class. You don't always have to have the class, but I think it's good practice to have it. And then we have the customer that's not the project. Alright, so we'll save and close. So I'm still in the project portal here. You'll see that everything is still the same. Nothing has changed. We still have the big negative number because we haven't sold it yet, right? But if we go into our profit and loss now and we refresh this, they should all be zeroed out. So here's our profit and loss. Everything has been cleared, so there's nothing on the P&L, right? Go back to our project, you see it's still here. Then when we go into our balance sheet, you're gonna see that everything has moved. So flips in progress, I guess you put it into a current asset, which makes sense. And so at the end of the year, you can send this to your CPA, and of course, you want to let them know that you're in the middle of a flip. This is how far you are into it. And you don't have to take that gigantic loss for that year. You can wait until you sell the property, which makes sense. That's the whole point. So I just want to demonstrate that to show you a good practice of how you can move this over while still keeping your project information intact. Because you still want to see these numbers, right? You still want to see the overall costs, because this is the ultimate goal of when you finally sell this thing. You still want to see these types of numbers, but now you can have a clean balance sheet and a clean profit and loss. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. If there's other videos that you want to see, just let me know. But until then, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.